We start with the breaking news in the Delphi Murders trial, where prosecutors have arrested their case. The defense now has their first witness on the stand. We're going to get right to IT-mates Kyla Russell, who's live in Delphi. Kyla, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Tim, so like you said, the prosecution has rested their case, and right now the first witness for the defense is on the stand, but I want to bring you the latest from what happened here today. So we heard another round of confessions from Richard Allen. This time in his own voice. We heard a series of phone calls made from Richard Allen from the Westville Correctional Facility, mostly to his wife and to his mom. The first call the jury heard was from November 14th of 2022, just a few days after he arrived there. Now, this call was to his wife, Kathy. He starts off by saying, "Tell the investigators to come and get me. I will tell them whatever they want me to." That call lasted about 3 minutes. Now, the next calls are from April to June of last year. On April 3rd, he made a series of calls. In all of them, he confessed to the murders, saying, "I did it. I killed Abby and Libby, and I need you to know that I did this." And many of the calls, both Allen's wife and his mom reassure him and say he had not killed the girls, going on to also say he was mentally ill. They asked him at times not to talk about the crimes over the phone. And Allen also mentioned in the calls several times that he felt he had lost his mind inside of the facility.
Now, Kyla, the state trooper who testified today said he thinks the bridge guy voice is Richard Allen's. How did he even come to that conclusion? Yeah, so he said, he spent several hours, he said thousands of hours, listening to 700 calls from Richard Allen. Then he flat out told the jury today, after hearing all of that, he believes that voice, that line we all know down the hill, belonged to Richard Allen. He said he came to that conclusion after reading a report in August of this year. That report includes a confession Allen made in May of 2023 to his psychologist with specific details on what happened during the day on February 13th of 2017. That's the day the girls died. Now, the trooper said that confession was the first time he'd ever heard Allen note seeing a van at the time of the crime. It prompted him to interview the van's owner, but also to re-watch the bridge guy video. And that's when he decided that those voices for sure matched. And Kyla, the prosecution tried to play some video of Allen. What happened then?
Yeah, so a bit of a surprise around lunchtime today. It was really interesting. The prosecution started by asking that state trooper if they had had issues with Richard Allen here recently at the Cass County Jail. Now, the trooper quickly said yes, and then the prosecution asked him, "Hey, did you spend your lunch break today watching a video of Richard Allen screaming and swearing, even threatening to kill guards just a few days ago?" He said yes. The prosecution wanted to admit that for the jury to see it, and then the defense quickly objected, saying that video wasn't in the discovery. We went on a quick break so that the defense could view it, then came back, then went on another break so that the judge could see it, and she ultimately decided that the jury will not see that video.
All right, Kyla Russell, thank you for staying on top of every detail out there live in Delphi. If you miss any of News 8's coverage of the Delphi Murders trial, we've made it easy to catch up. Just grab your phone and scan the QR code on your screen now. That will take you to wishtv.com, where you can dive into the details of every key moment from the trial.